Hi, my name is Tatiana Poblah. I'm an artist and I'm reclaiming my life in my 40s. Okay, this is week 5 of me posting and week 4 of my weekly update. I do have great news about this past week. I think it was very awesome. First of all, I was on vacation. It wasn't really like a vacation like somewhere tropical or anything like that. It was to see family and go to a wedding. It was beautiful. But when I came back, I had to rest because it was a very intense voyage. We decided to do a road trip, and I'm not sure that I can do road trips in the future. So that was something that I learned. But the really cool thing is that I have been posting consistently for exactly 4 weeks, going on 5 weeks now. I'm so happy. As I'm like hitting things and like, but I'm so happy. So in these past 4 weeks, or I don't know if it's 4 weeks because I think it's the 14th. So maybe now it's 5 weeks. I posted 14 videos. Okay. And I posted 2 shorts. I actually posted my first short this weekend, since, back in 2023, this weekend, because I had told myself that I would post 3 times a week. And I didn't really have a video that I thought made sense, and I didn't have a weekly update. So I just said, let me post a short. But there was a time difference from where I was, so it didn't get any traction at all. It had no views. So I was kind of disappointed about that. I had said that I wanted to post consistently, and so I posted. I know that, and I will repost that short because it's actually a very good one. And then the cool thing is that yesterday, so I post on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays. And on Sunday, it's my weekly update. On Tuesday, it's like something that is personal or kind of personal. This is what it is for now. And on Thursday, it's supposed to be like a video that is more serious in a sense, where I give more advice. But I again wasn't ready with any of the videos. I know that I had already said to myself that I would prepare a lot of videos in advance, but I didn't. And that's okay. I'm not going to start like beating myself up at this point. I'm editing as much as I can at the pace that I can, and I'm back on it. So I decided to let me post a short, and I had posted this short, this vertical video on Reels and on TikTok. It did super well for me on TikTok. It was like 5,000 or 4 something views. And I know it's not like 100,000, but I wasn't on TikTok at the time much, and I still am not. So I was getting like, I don't know, 500 views, 1,000 views here and there, always between 500 and 1,000. And this one did like 4 times that, or if it was 500, like 8 times that. So I was like, oh my God. And on Insta, I don't remember, but I remember at the time that I posted it, I was posting very consistently. So it did well, but it wasn't like a standout. And so yesterday I decided to post it on Shorts, and it gave me 1,300 views. So 1.3, like 1.3K views, which is not like, oh my God. But for me, it's a lot because first of all, my videos haven't been doing a lot of views, which I already knew they wouldn't because I'm not promoting them anywhere and I'm learning so much. So for me, 1.3K views just on an old video, as well as on a video that was about cyanotype, which I adore to do, and showing my work and showing my process, made me very happy because it wasn't even about validation. It was mostly about kind of realizing that maybe I'm doing like advice type videos, but maybe this is more towards where I should be going. And I say this because while I was on vacation, I started to be like, okay, I'm talking about like, I'm giving advice to artists, and I really do enjoy it. Like for the first time, I can say that I'm doing anything online. I realize that I like long form video. So that's a nice realization. And this is no shade to anybody, but I don't want to be like an art coach. I don't want to be like an art advice type person. It's not what I care for. It's not my personality. It's not what I'm here for. Like, I know why I'm here, like to show my work and to get more people to know about my work and to push myself as an artist and to show up for myself and for my work. And so when I do the types of videos that I just for this month, it's not, and even I guess right before in 2023, I was doing those kinds of videos too, and I didn't like them, but I couldn't pinpoint why. And then I came to Canada and I started doing them again, and I was like, I don't like this. I couldn't pinpoint why. And this time I continued doing them because it was like, come on, like they're good videos. And then now I'm like, oh, it's because I don't care. Like I said, no shade to anyone, but like I like to make, I like to create, I like to draw, I like to come up with new ideas and new projects. And so for me to do this, it takes extra time, if you know what I mean. Like it takes a lot more work for me to give constant advice like this for y'all to follow. And I know that not many people watch me now, which is also something that I was going to. I purposely did not tell anybody on my IG or on my TikTok. My TikTok is very little. My IG is more significant. That I had restarted my YouTube because I did not want to put that pressure on myself of having to perform and also seeing if I could sustain posting 3 times a week. So far, it doesn't seem like it's the most sustainable thing for me, because it seems like if I'm going to be doing other types of videos when I'm creating, I just don't know how to do them. And I keep saying like, I don't know how to do this. I don't know how to do this. But it's also because I don't want to create videos that are aesthetic, if that makes sense. And so that already removes like one type of video. And that's the kinds of videos that you usually see and that I can't get out of my mind. But I purposely don't want to create videos that are aesthetic because I don't find art making and creating and designing aesthetic at all. I never have, maybe because I work from home most of my career, but also because to me, it's like, yes, it is a very deep, it's a very deep act for me to sit my butt down and think and take it out of my head and put it on paper. But it's also hard. Like, I don't care what anybody says. And it's not because something is hard, or it's not because I said that something is difficult, that it's not worth doing. But I find the act of actually creating, even though it comes easy to me, I don't find it an easy task. And I find that when I'm doing it, I get tired from thinking, I get tired from testing, I get impatient, I get frustrated from things not coming out as I want. I get really impatient because I find the process long. And so how do I translate that to this and show? There's a few channels. I always forget this woman's name. I want to say something Guides. She's the one who did the Cybertruck, I think, the Tesla Cybertruck. Simone Geitz, I think, Gertz. I think she says her name differently. That's why I'm having a hard time. Her channel to me is incredible. And every time I watch it, I get very, very inspired. But I also know that it's the pace is very cinematic. And I'm just like, ugh, I don't want to do that. And I know I'm staying on everything that I don't want to do in order to figure out what it is that I want to do. And so maybe I'm going to stop talking about what it is that I don't want to do and say things more like, this person inspires me, Get Hands Dirty inspires me. Simone's friend, I always forget her name as well. She's from, I want to say Austria. I don't really know. And she's really cool. I remember when I was going through my convalescence, I just sat one morning and watched maybe it wasn't a morning, it was a day, and watched so many of her videos. It was incredible. I watched a full day of her videos and I was like, will I ever make? Which is funny because I'm sure that sometimes people see my art and they're like, will I ever make? But it's always nice to see someone else doing something really cool, right? So yes, so basically that is my artist update. I created just an amazing amount of videos in 1 month with very little views. And I'm not even mad at that, because I actually did a test where I changed a few of the videos to be heavier on SEO on purpose, to see how they would, if they would attract more people. And a couple of them did. So I was like, okay, so maybe they just don't like me. But also maybe they don't know me, and that's okay. I know that at some point, like, my efforts are going to come to fruition. And I will say that there's one thing that also another reason this week that gave me a little bit of pause and stress. And I was like, I can't let the algorithm and the machine dictate how I rule my life. That is very important to me, because I realize that a lot of us, what we do is we do things for online. We create bits and pieces instead of doing the big picture. Like, instead of going and creating the full story, we create pieces of the story for it to fit the narrative of online, whether it be short form or long form, but usually for short form. Also for vertical life, which this life is landscape. If not, it's not only landscape, right? It's like 3-dimensional. It's more, it's 4D. It's more than what it is that we see. And so I don't want to create for the algorithm, even though I kind of do, because we've gotten used to like wanting the views and the accolades, but I don't want to. It's been something that's been on my mind for a very long time, and it stopped me from creating, because every time I want to put myself out there, if I'm not getting tens of thousands of views, then I feel like I'm not getting enough views, and I feel like, is this worth it? But the thing is that the people who see me show up for me and give me love and purchase from me and want me to create more. And by me stopping myself from serving those people, not only am I not doing myself a service, I'm doing a disservice to them, because I'm not creating things that are beautiful for their houses and their lives, and that's not fair. And I also have a very specific way of looking at design, which I don't think I've verbalized enough to the world. And so I just decided I'm going to take my time and figure out, not only online, and how video can become my medium to showcase and to transmit my message, but also to really take the time and enjoy this journey of learning. So if I have a video that has 2 views, well, a lot of times it's like my husband and someone else. So I thank the other person, and also my husband, because he doesn't have to watch. And if I have a video that has 20 views, then I thank 19 people for being there and watching. And I thank anybody who leaves me comments, and I thank anybody who just passes through, even if you're not interested, because maybe at some point you will be, but I don't know. All I know is that this is the journey that I'm on, and I want to enjoy it. I want to enjoy this journey, and so I will. That is what my weekly update is about this week, I guess. I guess I'm done. I guess I'm done. So that is what my weekly update is about this week. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you so much for showing up and showing me love, and I will see you soon.